So I'm about to go in and watch Black Panther 2. This is a movie that I am excited to see, but I'm also a little bit nervous about how they're going to work this out. I'll let you know what I thought about it when I get out.
Hi, my name is Nathan. I talk about a bunch of movies on this channel. If you're new here, down below in the comment section, share what you thought of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, because I would love to hear what you thought of this movie. Also, over on my channel, I have more content like this. Check those out when this video is over. If you enjoy this video, click that like button, and be sure to hit that subscribe button. And, like I said, let me know what you thought of it down below in the comment section. I'll let you know what I thought of it right now. And so, let's get started with the good. And this, to me, was a return to form for Phase 4. Phase 4, to me, is the weakest MCU phase. It has the biggest amount of misfires than any MCU phase has. And this movie feels like a return to form for Phase 4. Phase 4 is ending on a high note. And it feels like it's being told by a storyteller, not by a bunch of people sitting in a boardroom thinking about how to make a movie like this. And so that's an aspect of the film that so many of these comic book movies feel like a bunch of people at once created that movie. And this movie, it feels like one's vision for it. Another thing to talk about here is because Chadwick Boseman, the lead actor for Black Panther, died during the process of this movie. And I thought that because of that, I was a little bit nervous going into Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And it absolutely won me over. And part of that is because it morphed in the Chadwick Boseman's death into the movie itself. And that just made for something that it was just, it had this emotional layer around it because it was able to morph in the Chadwick Boseman tragedy. And so I really appreciated that they did that. And the side characters in the first film, I didn't know what I would think of them as leads, but they work themselves as leads. In some ways, it's sort of like an ensemble with the side characters from the first Black Panther, who had like mini arcs in that movie, but here, they absolutely do work as the leads. And the stakes are revolving around a villain who wants to blow up the world. The stakes are on a personal level as well as an outside level. What I mean by that is the movie has a serious threat to what they're fighting for outside of the personal level, but on the personal level, it has stakes, and that's what I really appreciated, because that makes it for a more mature film in the MCU. Also means it's not for the broadest possible audience, but it's just, there's something more mature in the MCU, and something that's not everything that we've got before. And we gotta talk about their our new lead characters, or new characters. First of which is Namor, and to me, he does pose a serious threat to Wakanda, but he also, like, when he interacts with people, he can also kind of be charming in some ways, and that's an aspect that I didn't expect, which just makes a little bit of liveliness to it. And they flesh out a backstory for him so we can understand his viewpoint, why he's doing what he's doing, why he's thinking what he's thinking. And so that is just very cool in the film that they did that with his character. The second of which is going to be Ironheart, obviously, who, she's this fun character put into this movie. And while she's a fun character, she's not the scene stealer. She doesn't steal the scene. She doesn't break any of the tension or anything like that. It still remains emotional, even with characters like Ironheart inside it. And so I really liked it. And the biggest accomplishment I could say that this movie did was create a cohesive story with the burdens of the lead actor's death. I can't name a bunch of things happening that are worse than the lead actor dying in the middle of production for this movie. And here, this is a film that was able to tell a story and make it better with stakes, on both sides that I just thought really, really worked. And it's a proper tribute to T'Challa and Chadwick Boseman, and it has a lot of emotional weight to it. You absolutely feel everything that's happened in the real world with Chadwick Boseman, as well as in this movie with T'Challa. And so Ryan Coogler just was able to create something a bit more special than it should have been because of a tragedy that happened in real life. From there, let's move on to the bad. And to me, while this movie absolutely does have some action, some of the action is not very good. Like, the movie opens up with this sort of like boat action sequence that I'm not sure if that's the best way to shoot action. It's like quick cuts and stuff like that, and so that was frustrating to me. And the third act, it feels smaller than it actually is because they chose this very odd location that feels like a middle action sequence. And I feel like an action sequence earlier in this film should have been where the third act was set. But other than that, this is a movie that, despite being held a very bad hand with Chadwick Boseman's death, it manages to pay off his legacy properly, as well as the character of T'Challa. It has stakes here all throughout the movie, and you're invested into the characters, and so that's what I really enjoyed about this movie. Overall, I'll give it an A-, and I definitely recommend you guys go see this movie if you're looking for a new, good MCU movie. There you have it. That's what I thought of Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Down in the comment section, share what you thought of the movie. Thank you guys for sticking around all the way to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.